Welcome to the Sunday morning simulcast with Rom Wills. Don't quit when you are so close. Don't quit. I'm gonna tell you what, I'm usually talking about inspirational stuff, generally spiritual stuff, but this is just for success in life. This is just for success in life. I saw a meme and it showed two men digging for gold. Two men digging for gold. One got just this little bit close, then stopped digging, while the other one kept going, while the other one kept going. It also reminded me of a story I read in this book, Think and Grow Rich, or Black Choice. It was related, and the story was from the 1800s. It was called Acres of Diamonds, I believe. And there was a man, he was looking for a fortune. He was looking for a fortune and looking for diamonds and everything, and bought some land for it, but he couldn't find it. He kept digging, he couldn't find it. And so he sold it to somebody else and went elsewhere looking for a fortune, but he still didn't find it, ended up dying. But the man who bought the property just kept digging and checked more places on the property and found the diamonds. And, and that's just a powerful lesson just going through life. If you get into something, you feel called to something, you got to keep going for success. You got to keep going. You can't give up, especially when you close. Because I'm going to tell you something with success. It just takes that one moment. I've talked with many young men and women privately, consultations and things of that nature, and they say they're working on something. But I always tell them, you got to keep going. You got to keep going. It might not seem like it, but you can make it. I'll use myself for an example. I'm known for my book, Nice Guys in Play. It's Becoming a Man Women Want. I published it in September of 2000. But my publishing business had been active since 1995. I started writing. I had the thought, I want to be a writer. I want to make my living as a writer. And everything you see around me now is really based on that. That's still the base of everything I do. Yeah, I'm known for all the videos, but the base of everything I do are my books. But I started writing in 1992. So that's 8 years before I had a major hit. Because I've had a few more books that I published before Nice Guys and Players. It wasn't big. I mean, it was kind of like, it wasn't even a trickle. It was like a drip. It wasn't even a trickle. It was like a drip here and there. One of those faucets that will drip here, will drip and then won't drip again for another hour or something. But I didn't give up. And I kept going. And it would have been so easy to say, well, you know what? It's not really happening in writing, but that's what I wanted to do. So I kept going. But see, a lot of people, they will put in a lot of work on whatever their dream is, but quit right before they get to the end because it seems tough. But sometimes that's when you got to go extra. That's saying change up something, You just got to change it up, but you got to keep the dream. And even if you got to detour a little bit, even if you have to detour a little bit and maybe, do some other stuff to bring money in, when you keep that dream, you keep going, you keep pushing. And no matter what, it might seem like that, oh, this ain't gonna happen, this gonna happen. But I want you to think about something. This is you doing this because it's in your spirit to do it. You're not gonna give up on it. When you wanna there's many people who've given up on a dream, given up on it. In fact, there was a saying, cemeteries have so many dreams buried. Cemeteries, people die with a dream inside of them. You don't want to do that. You want to keep going. And especially you can be close. You never know. It takes that one moment. You never know that one time, that one moment. When I look back over my life, and especially with regard to publishing, it was always maybe the things that really took me to another level. It might have just been that one, that one person buying a book. I remember I was doing a book signing, and I've told several young men and women that have consulted the same story. But I was doing a book signing at a local restaurant, and only signed one book. One book. Now, some people will say, oh, well, you might not make it and all of that. But you know what? The woman who bought it, she actually had a spot where she sponsored seminars. So used to doing webinars now. Seminars, live seminars. So that $10 book led to like $10,000. And indeed, just even getting before even that one book, it was a 12-page pamphlet that I was selling for $1 that took me to a new level. That even took me to the point of even doing that book. But because the ultimate dream was to make money as a writer. So I never gave up. You don't give up. Indeed, Winston Churchill, I read where he did a speech at a college, and all he did was get up and say, never, never give up. Then he sat back down. Look, you don't quit. When you put so much work into something, so much, this is your dream, your passion. This is where your heart is. You got to keep going. You got to keep going, because you never know when that extra dig, that's where the diamonds are. You just never know. And I have to emphasize that strongly. Every single one of you is born with talent. I've said that. You have a dream. Go for the dream. It might not be right away. Seriously, it might not be a right away. It might be when you're older, but it's still your dream. You keep going no matter what. Yeah, you still got to live every day. You might have to work on some job you don't like, but keep the dream open. Keep it open. And then when you get close, don't quit. How about this? Just don't quit. Never, never, never give up. Keep it going. At least, you know what? When you transition, you want to say, you know what? It took a while, but I made it happen. Because the very act of not giving up will make it happen. Because you're putting yourself in a position to make it happen. All right? So I want y'all to think about that. I want you to really, truly think about that. I want you to think about what you want to do in life. Once you think about the times you probably quit something that you really loved. Pick it back up. We need it. This world needs it. You need it. Pick it back up. Keep going. And when you're so close, in fact, you got to keep going to the point to even figure out you're close. You might not know it. That example of digging for gold, the person that gave up didn't know how close he was. You keep going, all right? So don't quit. Do not quit. Never, never, never give up, all right? Y'all have a great day today. I want everyone to keep rising. Peace and blessings.